Alright, so in today's video we're gonna practice drawing some smoke. I'm gonna talk about how I do it and I'm gonna show you, of course. But first of all, why would you want to practice drawing smoke? Well, for once it just looks cool and, well, it really depends on what you want to do with it. For me, I just really like to implement it in my drawings. Like in this one that I did last week. If you haven't seen the video on this one, it's really cool, definitely check it out. But for that drawing I did like a more simplistic smoke. So just some swirly lines, and then I shaded it with graphite to give it a more three-dimensional look. But I want to take them to the next level and have them look more artistic, more detailed, and just straight up better. So instead of using graphite pencil, I started out by sharpening my blue Jolly pencil, which everybody from Austria knows are the best color pencils out there. Okay, they're not necessarily the best pencils out there, but they're made in Austria, and I'm made in Austria too, so yeah. Don't be confused, the first drawing that I'm gonna show here is one of the later ones. As you can see, there are also already some on the page, but for the other ones I didn't do as many close-ups, and I wanted the first drawing that I show in this video to have some nice close-up shots, so I hope that isn't too confusing, but that's the reason why I'm using this as my first clip here. So I'm starting out by just doing some indications of the smoke swirls with my blue pencil. I'm using blue pencil, not graphite, because I want to be able to really see what I'm drawing once I take the ballpoint pen, once I take the ink pen. Because if I do it in graphite and you like swirl around so much, it creates a lot of dark spots, and it's a little bit harder to see what you're actually tracing, what you're actually drawing once you go in with the ink, because it's also dark. So I'm using the blue pencil to indicate this. And well, that's the first big step, you know, you just need to get a feeling for this organic flow. And you can get that by, for example, believe it or not, studying tree roots. How they flow, how they overlap. And then of course, real smoke. Looking at images of, for example, blown out candles. Or maybe set up a camera, blow out a candle, and just see how the smoke behaves, how it swirls around and how it stretches. It's very stretchy and it stretches very thin, and then it creates some bigger swirls at the end of it. Of course, you don't need to be too overly realistic with this, but that's just a tip to get a feeling for it. And just let it flow when you're drawing it. When you do the underdrawing, just let it flow, and it's gonna come out very organically if you just go with the flow. Yeah, just go with the flow. And then yeah, with the ballpoint pen, the ink, what I'm doing is I'm doing it very stylized, almost like in this Japanese tattoo style, maybe some comic style maybe in there. It's my own style, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm tracing it with the ballpoint pen. I'm not outright tracing it. I'm more or less using the underdrawing as my guidelines. Okay, they're just hard guidelines. You go with the flow when you do the underdrawing, when you do the pencil stage, and then you use this flow that has already been established to create this wavy overlapping shapes. Okay, you just draw on top of it with wavy overlapping shades. Have it look like layers, right? You can also do you can trace a line multiple times, every time in a certain distance, and overlay them a little bit, overlap them. Don't cross the lines though, try to not have the lines crossing. That sort of ruins the flow if you want. But it needs to look like organic and like it's flowing, so go along the lines, right? Have the lines go in the same direction where it's flowing, and then the areas where it's more clumping up almost, you create this like spiral-like swirls. And yeah, you just practice it. You know, you can practice it if you're bored at school or university, and you're a bad boy. You can you sit in the back row of the classroom, or at the lecture hall. You can practice it a little bit. But maybe you're just at home, you know, chilling out in front of your TV, in front of your PC, watching YouTube videos like this one, and just have fun with it. And it's really hard to make it look not right. Okay, as long as you're keeping it organic, you're keeping to the simple rules of it stretching and flowing, and having the lines go in the same direction where it's stretching and flowing, and then having it clump up a little bit, spiraling, overlaying in the areas where it's like a little bit denser. You should be completely good, and just practice. And yeah, as you can see on the page that I've drawn, Not all of them look good or organic, but just practice it and then you can implement it in your drawings for whatever you want to use it. But yeah, just the feeling for the flow, the feeling for the organic shape, that's the most important part. The feeling for the flow, talking like a real freestyle rapper. A freestyle rap song, but just in the form of smoke swirls on a piece of paper. And that's the fun part of it, you know. It's not like when you're draw these Japanese dragons, for example, where I also don't have like a reference, you know, just draw them how they come out. But still, you know, if an eye is a little bit too big, or too small, or you know, the snout is not in the right perspective, it's gonna look off automatically, because we humans, we just notice when eyes or noses or whatever look off. But with those smoke swirls, you can go absolutely crazy. And as long as you keep to all the rules that I've told you before, you can do anything you want. You can experiment, take out a sketchbook like I'm doing here, where I don't care if it looks good, where I don't care if it looks right, or I'm just trying it out. I'm having an idea. Okay, I could make some smoke swirls, I could make some fog, some smoke that looks like this, and I'm just trying it out and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, well, I just leave it and I can see why it doesn't work, and I compare it to the ones that look better, and I ask myself, why do they look better than the others? What did I do differently? Find your style, experiment, find your own rules maybe even, and yeah, just have fun with it. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, definitely check out my Instagram, it's linked in the description. Love you guys. Hope I see you around on the channel, okay? Take care, bye bye.